Hey up, how you doing? Are you alright? Welcome back, or welcome if you've not been here before. It is a brew day, and we are brewing today a plum porter. High risk strategy this, and I'll go into that in a momento. Planes coming over, planes in the sky. There's leaves on the ground, so we're doing a dark beer. The plan is to have this done for Crimbo, because I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I'm not at work this year. So I am very, very, very much looking forward to this. Now, this is inspired by my mother-in-law's plum tree. So my mother-in-law's got a plum tree in the front garden, laden with plums, and they went on holiday just as they was all getting ready. So she said, help yourself to some plums. And I looked and I was like, blooming out, there's a lot of plums there. What can I do with them? I thought I don't want them to go away. So I went every few days to feed the cat. Well, I was going every day unless Becky was doing it, to feed the cat. And I took a bag every time I went, and I think I got about 3.2 kgs of plums. Brought them home each time, took the pips out, chucked them in a bag in the freezer, froze them till I decided what I was doing. Jams and stuff. Oh, no, I want to do a plum porter. But then I searched everywhere and I struggled to find I didn't find a recipe with plums in it. All the plum porters have got extract. And I was like, there must be a reason for that. So I asked a few people, and there was some consensus that plums aren't great. I don't know whether it's something to do with the skin, but anyway, I Googled it and it said you could put plums in a beer. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to render them down, put them in a pot, render them down, make them juicy like a slushy, freeze them again, and then put them in the beer. And I think I'm going to put them in the beer at the end of fermentation. I'm going to leave it, I'm going to ferment at 19 degrees. I'll go through the recipe in a sec. I think I'm going to 19 degrees for a few days and then just drop it. Just so that those delicate flavours don't get. I was going to chuck it in at the first start of fermentation, but I do feel that rigorous fermentation in a pressure fermenter may just rip out some of them delicate flavours, if it even works. Oh, I don't know whether it's going to work or not. There's quite a lot of plums. I'm hoping they're going to come through. Anyway, let's get to the recipe, shall we? As always, written down in the logbook. High tech, as always. And to be fair, we've butchered a few recipes together with what I've got. So, are you ready? Ready for the recipe? Recipe! So, we have got 4.5 kgs of pale malt. We've got 400 grams of Carafa 3. We've got 200 grams of black malt. We've got 200 grams of chocolate malt. We've got 100 grams of roasted rye. We've got 100 grams of caramel and 250 grams of flaked oats. Now the Carafa 3, 400 grams, I've upped that by 100 grams because it's a little bit old. I've upped the black malt by 50 and the chocolate malt by 50, just because, like 200 instead of 150 for the chocolate malt, say. Because it's getting on a bit, and I just think it needs a bit of a boost. It's been kept sealed, but it is getting on a bit. So I've just upped it 50 grams each. So we've got full bitter in 30 grams of Magnum at the start of a 40-minute boil. We've got 40 grams of Citra at flame out. I don't know why. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason behind that. I don't know. I just decided to put that in. We're going to have 3.4 kgs of plums after fermentation is finished, I think. I'll show you, I'll bring you a video of what I'm doing with that some point in the video. We're going to, hang on, I'll mash. I've put my mash temperatures and everything down. I don't normally just do the same. So we're mashing at 67 degrees C for 1 hour, just mashed in. We're going to sparge at 77 degrees C. We're going to boil for 40 minutes. And we're going to ferment at 19 degrees C with Cross Milou 4. Bitter in hops. Citra flame out. I'm going to protoflocker. There we go. Lovely job. Like I say, I've just turned my sparge water off because it was noisy under the camera. So I'm going to sparge water back on now. Now I'll take you outside and show you the mash, should I? With my new in-screen camera. So you can see me while you're seeing what I see. I've had a bit of a look. Oh, I don't know whether I've done right. I like to have a trim now and again, and then I can properly get some moisturiser back in my skin. And I mean, every time I do this, oh, you look a bit younger. Yeah, but it's not very craft beery, is it? I don't know. It's easy. It got long, and I got that moustache. And when I get up at 10 to 5 in the morning to go to work, I have to go in the shower because I have to have a shower before I go out the house. Doesn't matter what time it is. I don't feel right if I don't have a shower when I get up. It sort of wakes me up as well. But I'd have a lot of time. I have to wash my hair, and I ain't got much. But that's just a habit thing. I have to wash my hair, and I have to wash my beard. And yeah, it just gets a bit of a chore. Now and again, I just like to have a bit of a reset. Just a reset. I chop it down, nice and fresh. Get that skin moisturised underneath, and then decide I've probably done the wrong thing, and then start having to grow it out again. But anyway, let's go and have a look what's going on. Right then, let's have a cheeky drink. Sparge water on. Lovely job. I get that ready, so whenever the mash is done, the mash is done. Look at these leaves. They're even coming in the brewing. I have to have a brush out. It's really autumnal. I was a bit worried about this sky. It didn't talk of rain today. Do you know what? Day before yesterday, I cleaned all these leaves up. This was spotless. Wasn't too bad yesterday then, last night. This morning I got up and it's just a mess again. It's just a constant job, that is. So, mash is on. What we're sitting at, we've got 39, oh, it's only just gone, isn't it? 66, could be 67, we're getting there. We're all right. Is that pump running? Yeah, pump's running. There's the colour. I did think about putting the dark malts in later, but I can get 4 kgs in my pots there. This is what I measure them out in. I can get 4 kgs in that bottom one, and then I'd already measured up 500 grams of pale malt in that one, and then I started putting my dark malts in. But I was like, oh, do you know what, I really should. I wish I'd just left the dark malt separate and then just popped them in later on in the mash, maybe the last 20 minutes, but it was too late. I've mixed them up. It is what it is. That's life, innit? Hey ho. We'll see how she goes. Porter. I don't even know if I brewed a porter before, got to be honest. It's going away nicely. Yeah, don't know if I've done a porter before. I think I did a plum porter. I think I did a plum porter, but I did it with extract and I did it with a kit. It was a kit. So this is going to be all grain. We're going to pressure. I don't normally, my bitters and my stouts, I don't normally pressure ferment. I normally chuck them in a bucket, but I think I'm going to pressure ferment this one. Anyway, let's get on with the brew day. Right then, end of the mash. That's the colour. Just turn that up, just to get a bit of coverage through. Let's get it sparged. Right then, let's get this lifted. Lovely. The Jug Sparger 5000. Just gonna keep a bit over the top of that. It's gonna flow well because we've got those oats in. That is gonna sparge quick. Yeah, no troubles today. Not that we normally have. We don't normally have. Right, we're gonna set this now to stop my video. Timer goes off, stops my video. Chaos. I don't even know if it started. Yeah, where was I? Power, full power. Temperature 100 degrees. Start. We'll just keep sparging this till we've got about 30 litres. Then we can get on with the boil, and then obviously as soon as that mash pipe is out there, it's starting with the dreaded clean up time as well. Cleaning up. Hey, anyway, hey ho, it's got to be done, hasn't it? If you want beautiful beer, you've got to clean up the mess. Right then, sparge water's nearly gone. I normally just have a dribble left in there just for a bit of cleaning up this malt pipe. We have gone lovely. Look, those oats, flaked oats in there, or whatever they're called. They've made a love so it can all go through nicely. There she is in there, look. We're 30 litres. Yeah, we're nearly there. We're about done. Lovely. Right, just started boiling. First up drop. Malt pipe's clean. We are away. Right, that's 10 minutes. Need that. Put that in there. So that's in there to sanitise. Let's drop the boil off, but it'll soon be back. We'll drop the crater flock in. Set time of 10 more minutes. When that gets back up, and we're off. Nearly there. Right then, end of boil. Kill power. Last hop drop. Then we'll turn water on. Let's get it cooled down. Let's get. We'll start going. We should have some water coming out soon. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. No, we will save that water for cleaning because she's hot. Lovely job. Right, we're all tucked up. There she is. Beautiful. Right, we've just had a clean down. Give that a good old rinse out and have a pack away. Let's get sorted. Right then, let's banish these leaves from the brewery. Right, I'm finished off. So we have got 3.4 kgs of frozen plums. We're gonna put them in there with a bit of sugar and a bit of water and see if we can do anything with this. So in here, I'm having to defrost them. So this is half of them. And then my plan is, well, that's what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. I'm not just simmering them down. I'm going to pasteurise them, make a bit of a liquid out of them, and then the plan is to maybe sieve that, then just put the liquid, freeze that again to double sanitise it, kill anything, and then it can go in at the start of fermentation. I don't know if I'm doing right or not, I've got to be honest. Right, so this is where we are. We have sat that at 15 minutes, bubbling away. I did try and sieve it, but I made a right mess. So we're leaving as is. These pots fit perfectly into the top of my Firmzilla. So I'm hoping that when I've frozen these, I can get them out in a chunk. And I'm going to put them in at the end of primary fermentation. That's my plan. Should we see what happens? Hey up, how you doing? We're back. We've got some plums ready to go in. That has finished fermentation. I've been letting the pressure off a little bit. I'm not making that mistake. Again, pressure off, pressure off, pressure off, pressure off. Make sure it's settled, pop the top, and we're good to go. We're good to go, look. These, I froze them in these on purpose because I know they fit in the top. So I've just left them out a little bit and popped them. Let's get some sanitizer. We're just going to sanitize everything up. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's do this. I mean, there's not a lot of ops in there, so we can have a little bit of oxygen, I reckon. See how we go. See how we go. Will it fit? That is the question. Will it fit? And will you actually see anything? Yes! Yes! Get in. Shut them down there. Oh, okay. So we might have a mild problem. Might have a bit of frothing up. Might have to do this a bit steady. Might have to keep an eye on that. Look, she's frothed up a bit. Might need that lid on quick. And did I leave enough room? That's the question. Did I leave enough room to get it all in? Ooh. Anyway, you've seen me put 2 in. I think I can just take, I'm going to have to take my time on this. So I'm going to have to pop this back on. Let that froth settle down a bit. Come back to it. And put the other 3 in. Nice and steady. I hope I've got enough headspace. I have got enough headspace. There's loads of headspace there, isn't there? It shouldn't, although if it kicks off fermentation again, we're in trouble. Anyway, if we kick off fermentation again, I will stick a blow-off tube on it. That's what I'm going to do, I think. I think she's only frothed up a bit, hasn't she? Just when I chucked her in. I think if I'm more careful, just push that carbonation up a bit again. I fermented this at 10 psi about, because I was watching the Beardy Man the other day with the guy who owns Kegland. No, yes, Kegland. And they were saying, like, there's not that much benefit over 10 psi because you end up getting frothy and then you're trying to dry up and then, yeah. So anyway, we will see. We will see, ladies and gents. We might get another one in there. Should we? Just got to let that go a bit just to loosen her. Do you know what I mean? No, we're not quite there yet. It's not ready to give up. We'll just pop that on. Let it settle itself down a bit. And then we will have the next one on. I think we might have to do this slowly. I don't know any monkeys, but I can't catch them. But you know what I mean. Anyway, we'll come back in a bit. That is them all in. Beautiful. That was no trouble at all, that. I say, they just let the froth go down a bit. And then the other 3 went in a dream. I don't know whether it's me. Is it me? Or has that colour changed already? Has it? I reckon it has. Right, so I've popped the lid back on. We've got them all in. I've popped the lid back on. I've popped some pressure back on it. I've purged it. I put my spundy. That's gone up. Yeah, 10 psi, look. Yeah, we're right. Put that back on. We're going to leave that. I'm going to drop the temperature, I think, because we're at 20. I'm going to leave that at 20 to get those melted. Then we're going to drop her down to 18 tonight. Then we're going to see if we've got any fermentation kicking off. And if we haven't, we're going to drop it down to 14. I reckon I'm going to leave them there. I don't know, they're sort of mushed up, so they shouldn't be too long, should they? 4 or 5 days. But I'm sure that colour has definitely changed already. Oh, just something you've got to bear in mind. Obvs. You're going to put some more liquid in there. So if you're filling your fermenter up, you need to make sure you rate, don't you? I'm still slightly apprehensive if this is going to taste all right, but I am super excited. If this turns out nice, this could be a plum revolution, and we might be doing this regularly. Anyway, I'm gonna go. It is Friday night, and I am definitely gonna, I can see my ceiling, can't you? Right, Friday night, and I am going to get a libation, because I've worked a lot and hard this week. It's been quite a week. So I've done some jobs this afternoon after getting up over the weekend. And I've done a few jobs after getting up after a few nights. And the afternoon has just flown by. We've got this done, which I'm happy with. We are on track for Crimbo. And I am going to grab a libation. I'm going to grab a libation. That's what I'm going to do. See you in a bit. Right then, it is kegging day. Now, I don't know if you saw in the last clippy bit, but there was a lot of stuff at the top of here. Skins and bits of pulp and all sorts. But I've cold crashed this for 4 days at 1 degree C. And apart from, so after a day and a bit, there was still a whole sea of skins on the top of there. And I was thinking to myself, they are gonna block that filter, and I'm never going to get anything out of here through these ports. Now, it wasn't the end of the world with this beer. It's a dark beer, so it can stand a bit of oxygen. I've got a filterer. I've got a siphon, so I'd have just siphoned it and took the top off and siphoned it out like I did in the olden days. But no, we've just got a few little skins sitting on top, which is not going to cause me any hassle. I'm well happy with this. Well happy. Yes, the gravity is done. The taste test is done. Did that yesterday. And I'll get back to you on that one when I've got a pint in my hand. We're going lovely. Absolutely beautiful. Fingers crossed. There's no problems at the moment. She's draining lovely. Tell you what, it's a lovely colour when you get it in the glass. I had a sneaky peek last night. Make sure gravity's right. And yeah. She's a lovely colour, I'll say that. Hey! Right, again, see when he gets some in the glass. Hey up, we're back with a beer in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. The tasting of Nana's Victoria Plum Porter. We are in the depths of winter here in the UK. Just looked a bit back on the bit of the brew footage, and that was autumn or fall, wherever you're from. Leaves was coming off those trees on the ground, weren't they? This has been a few months in the keg conditioning, waiting for a tap, and we are now in the depths of English winter. Snow on the ground, blizzard, you can't get anywhere. Not really. We are in the middle of winter, but there's no snow on the ground. I'm just trying to make it dramatic. Yes, but we're a bit chilly. We're a bit chilly. So if you are a seasonal drinker, it's time for the dark beers. I'm not a seasonal drinker. You know that if you follow the channel. I always have a dark beer on. I'll have a bitter any time of the year. I'm not fussed, but yes. Just happens to be time for a new one to go on tap. So there's the beer in the glass. A traditional my granddad's pint pot with a lovely head. We'll have a sip of this. Then we'll have a look at the maybe ABV. Got a bit of a chat about that, haven't we? Anyway, chin chin, chin chin. From Nana's Victoria Plums. You must have just watched the story, so I'm not going to go over that again. And yeah, you watched the story? Let's have a look at the numbers. Oh, it's a chilly. It's chilly. Right, so Plum Porter numbers. So we used Crossmaloof 4. Yeasty Rooney. Oh, it's a chilly. It's a chilly. Original gravity was 1.045. Final gravity was 1.012. Bring it in at a cheeky little sessionable 4.3% of the ABV. If that's to be believed. So we chucked the plums in, didn't we? Froze them, chucked them in. Left it, I'll leave it at 19 degrees for a day or something. I was dropping it and dropping it. It was hard to see. I'm not sure I saw any re-fermentation kicking off, but it was really frothy when I chucked them in one, and I could have missed it. I could have took my eye off the ball. I could have not been checking it regularly because, so is it Really 4.3%? Or did any of those sugars ferment a bit? Because I did leave it 5 days. I don't know. I don't know. But it's not making me fall over too quickly. So that's what I'm going by. So that colour, can you remember that red hue in it? When the plums went in, it brought a lovely red hue straight away, didn't it? That looked awesome, that did. So the head is dissipated a bit, could be the glass. It's like a browny colour with a beautiful, beautiful red hue to it. I mean, that it is. Look, can you see it? I mean, it properly looks the part. On the nose, it's stouty, portery, dark malty with a subtle plummy sort of smell. Got some oats in, haven't we? Nice and smooth. Not astringent. There is a bit of bitterness running all the way through there. There is a bit of bitterness. But it's a little bit sweet. There's a little bit of tartness on it as well, which is really weird. It's a bit sweet and a bit tart. Depends where you are in the drink of it. But it does taste subtly plummy. Fruity plummy. Now, I struggled to find a recipe with using proper plums. Everyone's used extract. We've had the Titanic plum porter and everything. I mean, that's proper plummy plumbers in it, where this is, it's more of a natural, subtle plumness. I mean, the people that's had it knew there was some sort of fruit in there. I'm going to be honest, some people didn't pick it out as a plum. And I sort of, it reminded me a little bit of when I did a cherry stout with real cherries. It's got that sort of esky, sort of a dark, a ready fruit, you know, like a cherry or a plum, or it tastes a little bit similar, but it's nicer than that. And I mean, that was nice, but I think this is nicer. Subtle. I'm guessing that the reason, I mean, economically for a brewery, I guess it's not going to be economically viable, is it? Because this has got 3.2 kgs of plums in, and although you can tell it's a bit plummy, that's a lot in a 21 litre batch that I got out. 23 litre batch, but I got about 21 litres. I wish I'd videoed it. But I was too busy cleaning up the mess. I didn't put them in a bag, right? I just chucked them in, didn't I? Because they're frozen. And there was some slurry. There was the cold crashing worked really well. They all went down to the bottom. Fantastic. Really happy with that. I thought I was going to get in I was going to have to do a bit of a siphon off, but I didn't. But at the bottom, the slurry, there was a lot of it. And because it was a lot of skins, none of the skins broke down. They just sat there in bits. And they didn't degrade or go or break down at all. They weren't going to struggling to get stuff down the drain. It was a bit of a mess. But anyway, it was only a bit of a clean-up mess. It wasn't couldn't get it in the keg or anything mess. It was just a clean-up at the end was a bit more than what I'm used to, I think. It's got a nice mouthfeel. Medium mouthfeel. Medium mouthfeel, medium body. Light carbonation. Looks the job, doesn't it? So yes, a big commercial brewery probably going to do this because you just need so many real plums, don't you? And this is giving it a subtle plum. 3.2 kgs, that's what I was on with one. I think I got sidetracked there. 3.2 kgs of plums in a 21 litre batch that I got out of it in the end. And it's not super, it's a subtle plum taste. It's not like the Titanic plum porter where you go, oh, that's a sweet plum taste, isn't it? I mean, that's a proper sweet plum taste. This is a bit more of I think there's some sweetness because of the finish in ABV, but I think the plums have given it a bit of a, not sour, but just a bit of a tartiness to it in that palate halfway through, right towards the end probably. I think it's been sat proper long enough not to have too much astringency on it as well. I'm contemplating my next stout or porter. Probably going to be a stout if I do it. I might try this, popping the dark grains in later on in the mash, probably for the last 10 minutes instead, because I always put all my dark grains in right at the start of the mash, an hour mash. I might put them in towards the end. And I do use quite a bit of dark grains because I've had to sort of adjust it a bit. Some of my dark grains are getting on a bit and I'm going to use them up. So I've upped it a bit than what I'll probably do in a normal recipe. But yeah, it's doing the job. It's doing the job. Subtle plumness. You can tell it's there. Like I say, some people have, if I've pulled it in here and took it to them and they haven't seen the pump clip, and I haven't told them there's plums in it, we've got a bit, some sort of fruit has been the reaction, not particularly plums, I think. But if you don't know what you're looking for, I guess, like I say, it is a bit cherry. It's a bit of a reminder of what the cherries gave me. I don't know whether it's something to do with the skins. It's perfectly delicious. It's perfectly lovely. But it's not that big hit of plums I thought I was going to get. Would I do it again with extract? I probably wouldn't. I just wouldn't do a plum porter again. This is going to be going down well. We've had lots during the Christmas period. I got it on just before Christmas. We had a busy household over Christmas and people was trying it and everyone liked it. But I say subtle for the amount of plums. But you've got to remember, free plums. A little bit of work, stoning them and chopping them and freezing them and then defrosting them and pasteurising them and mushing them and then freezing them and then putting them in there and then cleaning them up at the end. There was a bit of work, I've got to say. But, yeah, it's a lot of... There was free plums. If I'd had to buy them, I think I might maybe be a bit more disappointed. As there was free, yeah, subtle plumage, but people are tasting it. The porter part of it, I think, has worked really well. Yeah. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. It'll be on there for a while because I don't drink lots and lots of dark beers. I prefer my lighter beers. But yeah, I'm already thinking about what dark beer to brew next, and I don't really know. I'm going to have to give it some thought. But anyway, yes, that is the conclusion of Nana's Victoria Plum Porter, which, to be fair, I'm going with, because they was free, it's a success. That's what I'm going with. Like I say, if I'd have spent a load of money on plums, I think I might have been a bit more disappointed, but I didn't. I didn't have to. So it's turned out lovely. Perfect. A bit funny with extract. I want to try and avoid it as much as I can, really. You see, I know it's plums in there. And I don't know whether it's because I know it's plums in there. I can taste the plums. But I don't know whether them skins has just given it a bit of tartness that if I could have peeling those plums though. If I'd have peeled, I'd have been there forever, wouldn't I? I de-stoned them straight away. Yeah, don't know whether they're... Anyway, can you buy plum puree? That might be a thought, because I'm not peeling plums, even if they are free. That'd be fiddly, wouldn't it? Plum puree, I don't know if you can get it, but that would be a thought, just for you guys in the future, if you're thinking about doing it. Extract if you don't mind extract. Yeah. But like I say, we was driven by a plum tree that was free with the plums on it, weren't we? So this is what drove this beer. I'm going to really enjoy it. It's going down well. Yeah. We are all good. Thanks for watching again. Cheers.
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.